Hey there guys, it's Dr. George here from thehealthybear.com.au, and today I wanted to make a bit of a video all about World AIDS Day and my own particular thoughts about HIV, AIDS and what's been happening in the gay world of late. So, you know, when it first came to thinking about what am I going to say in this video, it was actually really very difficult for me because the primary thing that I wanted to say is I just want my fucking friends back. I'm sick of AIDS, I'm sick of fucking HIV, and I'm sick of losing my friends. And, you know, if I could eradicate the world of HIV now, I would be a very happy man. The point is, though, that that's not going to happen, at least not in the next 5 to 6 years. We don't know what's happening in the research world. So in the meanwhile, there's a few things that, you know, are my own personal thoughts about what we can do to help reduce the burden of HIV on everyone in the gay community, and that includes the people who are already living with HIV and the people who are not. So, you know, we've really come a long way from the Grim Reaper and the bowling, where it was all fear-based campaigns that people, you know, if you get HIV, you're going to die. Now, we've gone through that time where there was no treatments, and then initially where there were treatments that were not effective, and now we're in a state where we have very effective treatments where HIV is no longer considered a death sentence, it's now considered a chronic manageable disease. But yet there's one thing that remains, and that's discrimination against people who are currently living with HIV. And it breaks my heart to hear people tell me about the awful things that happen, the conversations that suddenly go dead, the friends that no longer talk to people when they soon discover or have discovered that they're HIV positive. Now, I have a very good understanding of how safe sex works, and I think within the gay community we all have a very good knowledge of how safe sex works. So why is it that we suddenly ditch people and don't want to talk to them if they're living with HIV? So primarily, one of the biggest things that I think we need to do is we need to start thinking and start caring and loving people within our community that are living with HIV. This needs to change very dramatically. And it only starts from within ourselves. We need to look after ourselves, we need to love ourselves, and we also need to love each other with an understanding of the effects of HIV, but also how safe sex works. And we know that safe sex works when we don't know somebody's HIV status, so why the hell doesn't it work when we do? So guys, understand HIV, how it is transmitted, and certainly how it's not transmitted. Other things that we really need to be aware of is that sometimes we look at HIV in a vacuum. We need to be very aware of our own health. We need to look after everything about our own aspects of health, and that's why I think that if you deliver a HIV message without delivering anything else, then it's next to useless. Depressed people, suicidal people, they don't give a shit whether they're HIV positive. We need to start encouraging people to look after their health, to look after, you know, aspects outside of our sexuality. We need to look after our hearts, we need to look after our brains, our kidneys. We need to look after ourselves in a mental way to make sure that we are happy people, we have a positive outview on life, and that we're actually prepared to look after ourselves and also prepared to look after the friends around us as well. And the other thing is that, you know, on a final sort of aspect about this HIV thing is that we need to be aware and we need to look after the rights of gay and lesbian people. This is very, very important. That currently, certainly in the country that I'm living in, I don't have the right to get married to my partner. If I was in a coma and my parents objected to Nick looking after me, he could get booted out of the room no matter what. So we need to continue to lobby, and we need to continue to make sure that our rights are protected, and that includes the rights of people living with HIV and the rights of people who are attracted to the same sex to be able to have the same rights as heterosexual people. It's all part of that respect and care and love. So today, in World AIDS Day, I think it's important that we have a look back. We've come a long way, and it's important that we are aware that things still need to change and that HIV is around for the moment. Yes, there are some very promising ideas around that might lead to the end of HIV. Yes, there are some very effective treatments as well, but there are still a number of things that have got a long, long way to go. And guys, we cannot allow this to be forgotten. So there you go. That's my thoughts on this World AIDS Day. Have a good one. See you guys. Bye.